Okay, everybody, so I just did the math on this silver melt calculator, and it turns out 159 grams is worth $154, and I paid 75 for everything. I didn't even know these were marked sterling. It was much a surprise, especially this super heavy one right here. But right there, I'm doubling my money, and that's always a good thing for me. So all right, everybody, this is what first came out of the box, and these are some vintage Lesney, aka Matchbox toy die-cast cars, and these are pretty nice looking because they all have their little attachments, like this tow truck and this tow truck. Now the paint is not in the best condition. This one still has it too, and then this is a Mercedes-Benz, it looks like, but as far as value-wise, I don't think there's a whole lot of value here, but maybe $10 to $20. I could be wrong. You know, if you guys are more of an expert in these old die-cast cars, let me know in the comments what you think these are worth. All right, everybody, next up, this is just kind of some more of the junky items. Like there's this Lionel watch, battery-powered watch. I think most of these are quartz powered. Now, a couple of them are kind of on the higher end side. This is a Fossil watch, probably from the 1990s or so, and it does have a pretty nice dial. I'd say that's probably a $20 or $30 watch. And here's a Swiss Army watch. Now, these can get up there in price a little bit. With a new battery, this is maybe a $40 watch, I would say. You got a newer Zippo lighter, Swiss Army pocket knife. You have just some more junk watches, and here's a fake watch right here. This is Cartier, and this is obviously not a Cartier. Right here you have a Ken Griffey Jr. Bowman baseball card. I think this is his rookie year, and it has been graded, as you can see. Now, I'm not sure the value on this, but I can't imagine it's a whole lot just because it's from the late 1980s. They made a lot of baseball cards. And here's a pretty cool Mustang steering wheel horn. I don't know how to describe it. Horn mechanism or something like that. But, you know, Mustang Ford stuff always sells. This is probably about $10 to $20. And then you have some belt buckles. I usually just lot up my belt buckles if they're not really worth selling individually. So I could probably sell all four of those for $10. Now let's get into the good stuff. This is a Benris mechanical men's wristwatch. It's a manual wind. It's a shock absorber. And this is probably from like the 1960s or maybe early 70s. But it's electro gold, or it's 20 microns, which basically means it's gold plated 20 microns. That's a measurement of how much gold is on the top layer. But it's in really good condition, and I've been testing it for the past 3 hours, and it's been keeping accurate time. So one thing that's super nice about this watch is the watch band. In fact, I'm considering just taking the watch band off and keeping it, because it's a nice vintage, I think it's called Chrysler watch band, and sometimes people can pay like $100 if they want just the perfect watch band to complement theirs. So I might keep this band, probably not the watch, but if I sell it all together, this is probably maybe a $60 watch. If I just sell the dial, the watch itself, probably about $40 or so. And this was easily my favorite find. I love old Militaria, and this is super interesting. I've done some research and reached out to some friends, sent some photos of it. And this is a United States Marine Corps EGA. EGA stands for Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. So this is the Marine Corps insignia. And at first I thought this was from World War II. And a few buddies of mine have said kind of different things. Some of them say it's probably a sweetheart pin from World War II. And some of the others say it's probably older than that. In fact, it might be Spanish-American War era, which is late 19th century, early 1900s. And then some say it could be 1930s or so, because the pin is more modern, like the pin itself. It might have been replaced at some point. So this is a beautiful looking pin. I think this is easily $100 pin. There's a lot of collectors out there for Marine Corps items, so this is a good score right here. All right, so I got my scale here, and it's a pretty accurate scale. It doesn't show all of like the decimals and stuff, but we're gonna do it in grams, and it's currently at 0 grams. So let's start with the heavy ones first. So here's a spoon, the heavy spoon. Wow, that's 41 grams by itself. Here is these ice tongs, and these are super heavy as well. 66 grams. 85, 102, so we're already past 100, 119, and here's another heavy spoon, 149. Let's add the little junky rings and see where we can get. Wow, and we're at 100, we're hovering about 158, 159 grams. That is pretty heavy. I'm pretty sure that's at least, 4 or 5 ounces. We can check right here. Yeah, so that's almost 6 ounces. So let's do some, let's check out with our mail calculator and see how. So hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing of these treasures. Please drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. I'll be going to a military show really soon to look at some old militaria, so stay tuned for that video. Take care, everybody. Peace.